All right, folks, buckle up because what I'm about to tell you might make you question your entire career, or at least make you reconsider that CS degree you paid too much for. I've spent months deep diving into what software engineering is going to look like in 2025, talking to tech leaders, experts, and the kind of people who claim to know the future but still use password 23 as their login. And let me tell you, after these conversations, I couldn't sleep at night, not because of existential dread, but because my brain was on fire thinking about where we're headed. And in case you're new here, I'm Aditya. I spent 3 years writing Python backend code, fixing bugs at 3 a.m., and pretending I understood microservices. Then, about a year ago, I made the brilliant decision to jump into AI, because why not make my life even more complicated? Now, let's talk about what's happening in software engineering, why CEOs are suddenly allergic to hiring engineers, and how AI is either going to be your best friend or your worst nightmare. Spoiler, it's both. Here are the 4 major trends that are about to shake up the industry. Big idea. 1. Software that learns like a clingy friend. Remember that one friend who knows your coffee order, your favorite pizza topping, and that embarrassing story from college you wish they'd forget? Yeah, software is becoming that friend, except you can't ghost it. It's called Software 2.0, and it's basically software that doesn't just follow your commands, but learns from how you use it. Imagine your productivity app noticing you do your best work between 10 a.m. and 12 p.m. and automatically blocking distractions during that time. Or your music app figuring out that you listen to heavy metal while coding, respect, and lo-fi beats when pretending to be productive on a Friday afternoon. The CEO of Microsoft put it best. AI isn't just another tool, it's completely changing how we build and interact with software. Translation? The software is now watching, learning, and adapting, and at some point it might know you better than your own mother. Creepy? Maybe. Useful? Definitely. Big idea 2, the AI partner revolution, or why your computer talks back now. So, I was at a big tech company recently, not saying which, but let's just say they might own everything you store in the cloud. And I saw something wild. A developer wasn't just writing code, they were talking to their computer. Like, actual back and forth. Now, if you've ever screamed at your IDE while debugging, you know this isn't new. But this time, the computer was actually helping. Welcome to the era of AI coding assistants. Except now it's not just one assistant, it's an entire team of AI agents. You've got a planning AI breaking down your feature, a coding AI writing and reviewing your code, probably judging your variable names, a testing AI generating test cases, because you never wrote them yourself anyway, and a documentation AI that, okay, let's be real, we'll still ignore the documentation. The CEO of NVIDIA described it best. Developers are becoming conductors of an AI orchestra instead of playing every instrument themselves. Translation: you're still in charge, but now you have an army of AI interns who work 24/7 and don't ask for raises. Sounds great, right? Until you realize we're also in the era of AI fall, where companies are figuring out that AI isn't magic and doesn't fix everything. Shocking, I know. Turns out, removing humans entirely leads to hilarious disasters, like AI-generated legal contracts that make no sense, or self-driving cars that panic at stop signs. So yeah, your job is safe. For now. Big idea. 3. The Great Digital Renovation, or why your bank still runs code from 1983. Did you know that a significant chunk of the world's critical systems are held together by code older than your parents? Banks, airlines, government databases, they all rely on ancient programming languages like COBOL, and they're finally realizing it's time for an upgrade. But here's the kicker. You can't just rip out this old code and replace it with something shiny like it's a new iPhone. It's more like renovating a historic building. You want modern features, but if you mess up, the whole thing collapses. One developer told me about how a single forgotten line of 1980s era code was holding together an entire airline's booking system. Another story? A banking core system still running commands designed for punch cards. No? Seriously. The CEO of OpenAI summed it up nicely. The challenge isn't just adding AI to old systems, it's reimagining infrastructure for an AI-first world while keeping the reliability that made these systems trustworthy. Translation: tech debt is now a historical artifact, and we need archaeologists. If you're a software engineer, get ready for the biggest refactoring project of your life. Big Idea 4: The Speed of Light Revolution, or Why Data Moves Faster Than My Wi-Fi. Here's the mind-blowing part. Data isn't just moving fast, it's moving at the speed of light. And companies are literally hiring data streaming engineers whose entire job is to handle real-time data. What kind of data? Think stock trades happening in microseconds, weather updates adjusting every second, or traffic systems recalculating routes instantly. Imagine a world where data flows like water instead of waiting in batches like laundry day. In the old days, you'd process everything in chunks, think daily reports. Now, everything is a live stream. But here's the fun part. Handling real-time data is like drinking from a fire hose. You need specialized tools, architectures, and strategies just to keep up. Security? Oh yeah, that's a whole different nightmare. Instead of just building walls, we need AI-driven systems that can predict and block threats instantly. And here's a fun stat. A recent IDC study found that real-time data processing could boost operational efficiency by 40% across industries. That means if your system isn't real-time yet, it's already outdated. So, what's the takeaway? We're not just changing how we write software. We're redefining what software even is. It learns, it collaborates, it upgrades itself, and it moves data faster than ever. The future of software development? It's a high-speed, AI-assisted, continuously evolving, slightly terrifying but incredibly exciting ride. And that's what keeps me up at night. Not the fear that AI will take my job, but the excitement of what I can build with it. If you're a developer, your role is evolving. You're not just a coder anymore. You're a strategist, an AI conductor, and maybe even an archaeologist for ancient tech. Now, I want to hear from you. How do you think AI and real-time software will change your career? Let me know in the comments. And if you found this interesting, also hit that subscribe button. Or don't. But if you don't, just know that an AI somewhere is already tracking your indecisiveness. See you in the next one.